city that these kids are from have the same problems. And so I invite you guys to also think about ministry in your congregations in the same way. So before we make decisions, we go out and we encounter the cities that we live in. And we know what's going on in the cities we live in, and we know what the real and true needs of the cities that we're in are. And sometimes that just takes spending a little time thinking about it. So, what I invited our kids to do was last night we did kind of a process session where we talked about the things we had seen and experienced. So I asked the kids to write 1 to 2 sentences about something that they experienced, saw, something they felt, whatever it was. So they're going to read those, and this is only the beginning of the processing that they went through and will do with it. So get on up here.
Yesterday, helping the kids make bracelets, we saw their faces when we asked if they wanted to help us. They were really, really happy, and when we left, it felt like we did what God told us to do. And it felt pretty amazing to know that they were really happy after helping. Over the weekend, I've learned that being grateful for what we have is needed from everybody. It's very easy to take our everyday wants for granted.
I was surprised and dismayed by the conditions that most of these people that we saw were living in. It just stunned me that so many people were living in poverty.
My experience yesterday is that seeing the joy of people and kids that we helped yesterday, and that there's always someone who cares for them.
My experience that in Dallas, there's people who have good homes and people who have, well, not as good as we have, but they needed our help, so we went to help them.
For me, it was realizing that the homeless do not act as how you would expect them to. They are really humble and gracious.
When we went to go serve the people in poverty yesterday, I noticed that what they really appreciated were the small things, like what we consider small, like making bracelets, handing out food, or just spending time with little kids.
When we went to South Dallas and saw some of the poorest neighborhoods in America, I noticed that a lot of the people were driving nice cars and walking around in new shoes. I thought this was cool because it showed that these people are just like us who want to walk around in new shoes, drive some cars, even though they can't afford it.
I learned it's easier to ignore the world, make yourself the center of attention, because it's harder to volunteer. But the thing is that I also learned that us, a small youth group, when we went to volunteer, I saw that we made a huge effect on the people we helped.
When I was at the family shelter, I met a little kid named Travis who liked outdoor soccer. It was sad to know that Travis not be able to escape the violent inner city life most kids are forced into and live in those areas.
My favorite thing we did on this trip was visit a family shelter. At the shelter, we made bracelets for the kids, and when I offered mine to a little boy, his eyes went extremely wide, and this really opened my eyes to everything that we saw.
The concept that was made most clear to me this weekend is how simple it is to move into oblivion about our unfamiliar surroundings, but how challenging it is to give of our time and ourselves as we so commonly claim.
I had the gratification of knowing I actually did some good in the world. Putting a smile on someone's face is an amazing feeling. Instead of just saying something, I actually did it, and it knows everything from it.
This trip helped reaffirm my belief that the amount of good that one dedicated person or a group of people can do the smile you get, the true gratitude you get from people who really need your help when you actually help them through a day there's no greater satisfaction than helping someone to survive another day.